Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. I'm currently sitting in traffic on my way home from the hospital. That makes it sound like I was in A&E, nothing drastic. I was in to see the consultant about my hip. Sorry it's been a while since we had a vlog. I have to say I'm quite disappointed that it'll probably be about a month by the time this one goes up since I posted one, which is very annoying to me because I felt like I was doing really well. Yeah, just things kind of got away. I was supposed to do a vlog with Jen. She was my special guest star, which I think is how the last vlog ended, was me talking about my special guest for the next week. Yeah, I was supposed to do a vlog with Jen while I was dyeing her hair, and then I was really ill for a week, so I spent the week in bed. And then last weekend I just I didn't have anything to vlog, you know, like, I'm really sorry there weren't any. Nothing major has happened for me to update you on. I took a couple of weeks off from like gym and running because I was ill. Back to it. I was back to it last week. I'm back to it this week. I thought the running was going to be a lot harder having taken 2 weeks off, but actually I felt pretty good. Oh, our very, very good friends had a beautiful baby girl, which is very exciting. We've not met her yet, and I don't know if they want any like details on the internet, so I'm not gonna say anything too much. But they had a beautiful baby girl who we're going to meet on Saturday, and I'm very excited to see her and yeah, see them, see how they're doing as new parents. It's so exciting. I picked a really picturesque moment to start this video, but just finished my run. It's Thursday today. I did a run on Tuesday. It's my first run post 5k, so I've changed to a different app. It's the same people who made the app, but it's 5k pacer instead of 5k runner. The first one was a wee bit of intervals. This one was like mostly just a run, but with like a short section in the middle that was a bit faster. And so it's tough, but it's good. Actually fun. The weather is still gaslighting me a little bit, looking really sunny. Obviously you can see it's like a gorgeous day, but yeah, I ask the AI, whatever, the Echo, what temperature it is in the morning, and it's like, it's 3 degrees. I'm like, it should be like 23 degrees based on the weather, but hey ho. So yeah, it's been a nice day. I'll show you the water. So yeah, it's a nice place to run. I basically run mostly in the same place every time, but it's really lovely down here, nice by the water. Hey everyone, I hope you're all good. I just wanted to show you something. If you've been here for a while, you'll have heard me talking about the autoimmune protocol diet that I was doing to try and help my Crohn's. I went most of the way through the autoimmune protocol diet and reintroduced quite a lot of foods. I think egg is a problem for me, so I've been trying to avoid things with egg in it. Not as easy as you might think. Egg seems to be an ingredient in a lot of things, but actually I think I've maybe found a bigger culprit, I suppose. I've certainly kind of gone back to a normal diet just now. Yeah, just eating and drinking all the things that I was doing before I went on the diet. And I think energy drinks, is something that's really problematic for me. And I just wanted to show you what a Crohn's flare looks like for me. Yeah, I think I'll just show you and then I'll talk about it afterwards. So I'll show you from the side. This is it. I'm not pushing that out or anything, if that's kind of what I look like normally, holding it in. Yeah, this is it, me and my baby. I know I've heard this a lot from a lot of people, but a lot of you are probably thinking oh, it's not that bad, you're still really skinny. There's hardly anything there. I've heard it all before. It's not the size of it necessarily, and I realise I'm not that big a person, but it's a lot bigger than I usually am. We're talking centimetres on my waist, circumference, when it's really bad, and it's just very, very uncomfortable and very sore. I feel like I have to tense my tummy the whole time to get rid of the pain, I need to cough the whole time for it to not be sore. And yeah, just the weight of it when I'm standing up or walking around becomes very uncomfortable, and I get a sore back off the back of it, kind of like I was pregnant, except there's no baby there. So yeah, I guess it might not seem like it's that bad looking at it, I suppose, but for me it's very, very uncomfortable, and it's not. Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate, it's not about how it looks. I'm not super bothered by it. I wouldn't say I was. I think when I say to people oh, my tummy's really big at the moment, I think what they hear is oh my god, I'm so fat, which is not what I'm thinking in my head. What I'm thinking in my head is my tummy's a lot bigger than it usually is, and it's very sore. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys and show you what it's like when it's really bad, and share that with you, because I guess probably lots of other people also deal with stuff like this, and it's easy for other people to minimise it, especially if it's not super obvious or anything like that. So yeah, this is me dealing with that. I'm gonna lay off the energy drinks for the next couple of weeks and not change anything else about the diet, and if it goes away, then obviously I'll have found my culprit, which would be a real bummer because I actually really like them. It's not like I'm drinking Monster or anything. It's these it's the brand's called Tenzing. They're supposed to be all natural energy drinks, and they really do help with energy, which is great. And the ingredient list is pretty clean, so I don't know what it is in the ingredients that's causing it. But that's the reason I picked them in the first place, was because they're natural and pretty clean, and they're very tasty. So I suspect it probably is that, and that's a real bummer for me because I do really like them, but I just have to figure something else out and manage and plough on, I suppose. Thank you.
What kind of phone is that?
It's my Olympic phone. It's a flip phone.
It's broken.
Not broken. It's a flip phone.
Your new phone is we use that for the camera, and that was
that was the same as the Tokyo phone. But this one, because it's a flip phone, it's actually, and it's got really good camera. It's actually really good for vlogging.
Is it a Samsung as well?
Yeah, it's really good for vlogging. So I started it. It's now my work phone. Yeah. I got a SIM for it a few weeks ago, so now it's my work phone, and I do all my content on it. Mm-hmm. Did you read that book I was telling you about, by the way?
No, but I got a copy of it. I haven't started it yet.
I listened to it.
Yeah.
Because I listen to most of my books on Audible now, because I can listen to them in the car.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
Okay.
But it actually made me really angry, and I was not expecting to feel anger about it.
Yeah.
Just because I'm well, okay, that's all very well and good, but from my own selfish point of view, I'm well, what do I do about it?
Yeah, exactly.
And then also, it really freaked me out because I was just how am I not going to do this to my children? I can't just, be aware of it. It's even people who are aware are still doing it to their children and they don't mean to, and I'm just like, okay, well, how do I not do it?
Yeah.
So I was like, bullshit.
Yeah.
You're so colourful.
Yeah. So exciting.
Do you know what's cool? Because the vlog can't see what colour I'm doing right now.
Okay.
The vlog's just going to have to be surprised.
Yeah. Because, perfectionists and all the rest of it.
See, I don't think I'm that much of a perfectionist.
Okay, high achiever, overachiever.
Yeah, Grandpa's been that.
I mean, like, if you weren't my baby sister, I would say you had oldest child, particularly oldest daughter energy. So my mum and dad somehow managed to raise 2 oldest daughters.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. I did.
Oh shit.
Is the hair down the floor?
Yep.
Guy, you bet.
Sorry.
How's the band practice and everything going?
It's good, yeah. I wrote flourishes last week, the week before. We're supposed to keep getting to like meet up. It's very different than like school band, which you would expect because it's not school band. But yeah, we've got our first competition in less than 2 months. It's in Dollar in Cyprus.
Of course it is.
Yeah, Dollar does like pipe band competitions now. So
That's quite cool.
it's kind of, I think it's actually quite poetic in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, our first competition's in less than 2 months. We didn't have any flourishes until last week,
Okay.
and we kept saying as a group like, "Oh, we should get together. We should do the flourishes together." And we were all like, "Yeah, we should do that. We should do that."
And
then not doing it because people have like jobs and it's
just
not
because of
people's-
life, basically. Yeah.
it's not people's like main priority like
Yeah,
it
of
used
course.
to be for us. So yeah, I was just like. At the last practice when they were like, oh yeah, first competition's in 2 months, I was like, well shit, we're still playing off the music because we don't have flourishes, nobody's bothered to memorise it yet because they don't have to memorise it like 2 or 3 times. So I was like, I better start writing them, and I started writing them and then finished writing them.
Nice.
And then I sent them to Purdue and just like, ah guys, I've written flourishes. So we've got a practice tomorrow.
That's such an overachievery thing to do as well. You're that candidly like the one who gets taken advantage of in the group project, aren't you?
I reckon this purple colour is dark enough to put on your dark lip rather than like mixing with another one.
Sure. I trust your judgment when it comes to hair colour. I trust your judgment on a lot of things.
What don't you trust my judgment on?
Music.
Fair. Acceptance.
And food.
I will accept that too.
You like healthy food too much. Or you object to unhealthy food too much. Not too much, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Just like greasy food makes me a bit.
I mean, you're weird too, but just different flavours.
I keep seeing stuff on like Instagram about like autistic people being that person who was always told they were weird at school, but when you asked somebody why you were weird, they couldn't tell you. And I was like, that was me. Everybody was always just like, "Sure, you're so weird," and I was just like,
But why?
Why? And they'd be like, "Oh, I don't know, you just are."
Yeah.
And I said to G, "Do you think I'm autistic?" And G's just like, "No, you're not. You're far too sociable for that." And I was just like, isn't that just masking?
Yeah, right.
So now I'm like, maybe I am.
I've quite enjoyed being blonde for a wee minute. Yeah, I just don't think it's very mean.
Yeah. I didn't think I wanted black hair, like when I was because G was kept being like, "Oh, just dye it black and you'll never see blue." I'm like, okay, one, you don't quite get it.
That's not how that works.
And I was just like, but I also don't want black hair. Like, I look like a goth. And then it obviously went very dark. Not quite black, but it went very dark. And I was like, do you know what? I think I prefer it dark.
Yeah.
I think it quite suits me.
I would say, like, I don't know if it's just because, like, it's healthier or what, but I would say, like, when you went dark, like, your hair just suddenly looked like so much thicker and fuller, which was weird because there was then less extensions in it.
partly the red ken stuff made it look super healthy
Mm-hmm.
because it was like shiny.
Yeah. No, but it was just even just the depth of colour, I think, as well, just made it look thicker.
Yeah. Hey, look who it is!
Oh, that's cute.
Look who it is!
Yeah. She'd be like, what the hell have you done to Mum's head?
Have you got any advice for my friend Eve, who has just given birth and will probably be sat bored at home? With Daddy, no, I don't want to be put down.
I think there's a lot of like really generic advice out there that sounds really trite until you've like been through it and you don't understand it. Like, people will tell you, oh, it goes so fast, and you're like, yeah. But then when you're in it in the moment, it does not feel fast, let me tell you. Like, you know, when you're barely sleeping every night for the first 3 months or however long it takes for the baby to like sleep through the night, it doesn't feel fast at all, and then you blink and suddenly they're up and walking.
Yeah.
And it's only like after the fact that you're like, oh yeah, I mean, like people told me it went fast, but I didn't really understand it.
Yeah.
And the other one is like, people always tell you like, oh, you know, just trust your instincts, you'll know what to do. And again, like, it is true, but at the same time, like, that doesn't help you when you're, you know, doing 2 a.m. anxious Google searches of what is this insert symptom.
Yeah.
But weirdly, those also would be my 2 pieces of advice, is like, trust your instincts and enjoy it because it goes fast. But yeah, I do just think like,
I would couple the trust your instincts with something else, which is like, you don't always have to do like the gold standard.
Yeah, actually,
like,
that was a big change for us.
Don't worry about doing like essentially second best or compromising. That's how that fits with trust your instincts. Like, that was I remember that. That was the phrase that was second best parenting. Was like a proper turning point. I think that was just an Instagram reel we saw, and it just like. Well, it was also stuff that we were just talking about.
Yeah, but it was this moment of like just sort of seeing it there in black and white, and I was like, oh, that's exactly what it was. Because like, there's loads and loads of advice out there on best practice.
Like, you must do this. Like, it's the only way.
Yeah, like, you know, like the safe, you know, like take safe sleeping guidance. Like, yes, the safest way for your baby to sleep is on its back in a cot with no other things, until they're 1 year. You know, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, that is the safest. But what do you do then if that doesn't work?
Yeah.
You can then do something that is still, you know, like, what's then your next best option?
Yeah.
So like, we went down that route with ours. Like, when we moved her into her own cot, she was and she was old enough that she was rolling over, so she couldn't be swaddled, and she'd always been swaddled before. And again, like, every baby's different. Like, she liked being swaddled, some babies don't. But for her, the change of having been swaddled to not being swaddled, she didn't know what to do with her hands.
Yeah.
So she was constantly waking herself up with her hands. And you could see it, like, as soon as you put her down in the cot, like, the hands were coming up and doing this, and it was like she needed something to grab.
Yeah.
And I mean, how long did we hum and haw over that? Like, weeks and weeks and weeks. And you could see, like, very clearly what she wanted was, like, a comforter or a blanket or something. And we were like, oh, but all the safe sleeping advice is don't give them anything in their cot until they're at least 1 year old. And in the end, we're like, right, we're just going to try it. Like, you know, and I think we tried it during a nap.
Yeah, just
you know,
a little
and it was a little tiny muslin that was really lightweight fabric, so that if it did end up on her face, she could probably still breathe through it, and it was really small, so she wasn't going to like get it wrapped around. You know, we sort of went through like, right, well, what are the risks of her sleeping with this in the bed, and how do we mitigate those risks? And we came up with like a little tiny square of muslin that she can hold. and is reasonably safe, and gave her that, and lo and behold, it was like not like literally just like day and night. Suddenly she could sleep in absolutely no problem.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like all the advice you read online is don't give them anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it then becomes this like, right, well that is okay. That's the safest, but what's the second best option? Like, what are the actual risks, and how can I mitigate those risks? And that's it. Like, I just think a lot of advice is very black and white about it.
Yeah.
They're designed for idiots. No, they are. They're designed for people who can't think for themselves.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that.
So, but also when you're sleep deprived and you don't know what you're doing and you're nervous because you're dealing with somebody's life who you're suddenly responsible with, you do second guess yourself.
Yeah.
And you
I feel like
you
if
don't
you're-
think straight.
If you're sleep deprived, you're also an idiot.
Yes,
Like-
that's also true.
It's designed
So-
for idiots, but that's because
Everyone's
everyone's
an
an
idiot.
idiot.
You got to sleep. That's actually true.
But in the moments of lucidity that you do have,
Yeah.
then it's maybe think about it and go like, well, why?
Yeah,
Like why are they actually saying that? Like why can we do this? Why can we not do that?
Yeah.
And how does that fit for our circumstances?
Yeah.
Well,
and how does that work for our? Because that's the other thing is it's broad and generic advice for that's designed to cover every child and every child and every parent, and like everybody's circumstance is different. Everybody's is it everywhere? Help.